Over the past few weeks at Club Menangle, we've enjoyed the presence of some of Victoria's outstanding trainer drivers, and the trend continued tonight with Lisa Miles making the trip up the Hume Highway, and I caught up with Lisa during her commitment to Club Menangle tonight. Well, Lisa, welcome back to Club Menangle. It's been a while.
Actually, yes, happy to be back.
You do have very happy memories of this particular circuit.
Sure, I was fortunate enough to compete in and win the Chariots of Fire some years ago, but the memory is still very real.
Yes, Village Gem, the horse in question, what a horse he was.
Amazing. No, he won quite a many races and took me to New Zealand and interstate, and had an absolute ball with him.
That's one thing, when you can land a good horse, Lisa, they can take you not only around Australia, but as you said, over to New Zealand. So it can be a wonderful ticket to enjoy a lot of things in life.
Absolutely. We were meant to contest an Inter-Dominion at Christchurch, but with the earthquakes at the time, it was transferred to Auckland. So that, again, was a massive learning curve for me, racing back to front, and also a big learning curve for the horse, but great experience.
Lisa, you're a fourth generation as far as your family is concerned, but it wasn't always going to be out on the track. You had a career in the studio working with Radio 927.
I did join Sport 927. I spent some best part of 13 years part-time working with them as a monitor, so it was just in the background, and you assist the on-air broadcaster and help them coordinate what goes on air and what people hear. So it was a great compliment to training horses as well. So, yeah.
Before we go into the family tree, which is certainly outstanding, and talking about Inter-Dominions, Lisa, working in a studio and watching all the action, it must have been very difficult because you've had that desire to be out there.
I guess so. As I said, it complemented working with the horses as well. So on the wet, rainy, very cold days, it was quite pleasant to work inside a studio, but on the nicer days you just wanted to be out there and driving, I suppose. But no, it was a good experience too. Great.
Lisa, when you look for role models, you don't have to look any further than the family. In fact, just a step away, your grandfather, your great-grandfather, as far as his career is concerned, Alf Simons, and also your mother, Betty Lewis.
Absolutely. What can I say? You know, Mum is extremely supportive of what I do. Both Mum and my nana, Dorrie Simons, were trailblazers for women in harness racing. So on behalf of women that race now, we probably can't thank them enough.
And your mother is still very much hands-on as far as you're concerned and around the stable?
Absolutely. She'll come to my property a couple of times a week and give us a hand cleaning gear. That's her forte. That's what she wants to do, which is great. And she's as sharp as a tack, doesn't miss a thing, watches all of our races, and always lets us know if we've done good or otherwise.
And of course, your late grandfather, Alf, certainly will always be remote in the Inter-Dominion history with Bold David, 1970.
Absolutely. I wasn't born then, but I came along 2 years later. Having said that, I've got a picture of my grandfather going across the line with Bold David on my helmet, so he's my navigator, I guess.
And Lisa, how many horses do you have in your stable?
At the moment, there's about 17 there that we're working. Mitchell Frost gives me a hand, and I'd be absolutely lost without him.
We mentioned Village Gem, but you've also had some very good other horses like Staghorn Flat and also Pacific Charm, and Powder Keg would be very near and dear to your heart, having won a Group 1.
Absolutely. I've been really fortunate to win Group 1s with Pacific Charm and Village Gem, and Powder Keg has saluted for me in more recent times. That's my most recent Group 1. So he's a power pack. He's a stallion, and happy to say he's starting to calm down a little bit. He was quite a handful as a 2-year-old, but he's a full package. He's just got to put it all together on the track this time.
Now listen, you're no stranger to hard work. You don't mind working day and night meetings and also combining them, so you love getting involved.
Absolutely. It's just part and parcel of the sport. We've all got to do it. Victoria are blessed with an abundance of tracks that we can race at. We can race 7 days a week and a lot of nights too, having said that, if we want to. So we're definitely spoilt for choice in Victoria.
Well, Lisa, over the past number of years, you've been very heavily involved with the Team Teal promotions. You're very strong in that department. And also now we see the Victorians up here the last couple of weeks with these lovely bright pink pants, and that's throughout the course of May.
Absolutely. Just making aware of breast cancer. It's a great drive. One of our leading reinswomen in Victoria, Donna Castles, is a major drive behind that. She's experienced perhaps the worst of that. And I'm really happy to be able to don the pink pants and have Aldebaran Park as my sponsors, and hopefully we can finish a little bit closer than we did in the first go tonight.
Lisa, you mentioned how proud you are of your participation in harness racing, what you've achieved, and also your mother, but women in general in harness racing in Victoria, very strong. Emma Stewart, Kate Gath, and you've got Jodie Quinlan, and the list just keeps going on and on.
Absolutely. The list doesn't stop there. We have some awesome lady trainers, drivers, some of the junior girls coming through, the likes of Abby Turnbull, Taylor French. They're doing amazing things on the track. We're really fortunate to have a great band of women in Victoria, and it's probably treated very much equal on the track for sure.
Is this a rare trip back up the highway, or can we expect to see Lisa Miles campaigning a few more horses here over the coming months?
Look, I'd absolutely love to. I really enjoy coming to New South Wales for sure. And look, we've been successful in the past. There's no reason why we can't do it again in the future. But in time, I'd really love to bring Powder Keg up and see what I can do on this beautiful, big, spacious track.
Well, Lisa's been great to meet you, and thanks very much for joining us tonight, and good luck with your horses in the future.
Thank you very much.